it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I am going to be reviewing and showing you a product that I've been working on. Well, it's not my product, but it's from a company called Back to the Roots, and today I am doing their ready to grow products. I did once before their ready to eat products, which were their breakfast toppers. And I want to thank Allie and Jasmine for getting me the products, and to the whole Back to the Roots company for all the great work that they're doing with getting these products out there. So today I'm going to be showing you the garden in a can. And these cans come with the soil already, and with a moisture retaining biochar, organic fertilizer, and organic seeds. And all you do is take the seeds, put them in the can, and water them when necessary, and make sure they have sunshine on your windowsill, or if you have a place to put them outside, you can do that as well. They have some other ready-to-grow products. They have their mushroom farm. They also have their water garden, which grows, I think, 6 different plants, and that's a complete closed-loop ecosystem. And I will have a link below this video so you can check out all their products and everything that they're doing. So let me show you the cans first. These are the cans with nothing growing in them yet. They're all covered. It looks like a can, you know, like you'd open up a can of something that you'd eat. So everything is self-contained, and then it's also recyclable, and that's what's really nice about this. There's no waste, there's no plastic, so it opens up like a can too. It has the tab that you pull up, and then what you do is you put the seeds, and it says, I think, to put in, let me see, I have the seeds here from the open one, and it tells you to put in about 7 to 10 seeds in the soil and place in full sun for 6 to 8 hours a day. And it says for the basil that it germinates, basil and the cilantro, that they germinate in 7 to 14 days. But I experienced something different, and I'll share that with you. And for the basil, it says you can harvest in 2 to 3 months. And then after a few set of leaves have developed, you can harvest from the top down, and always leave the second set of leaves, to go above the second set of leaves that you see to pick them. Now with the cilantro, it says it matures in 1 to 2 months. And again, I've experienced something different, so I'm going to share that with you. And let me just show you what these tiny little seeds look like, because you'll be amazed at what's growing from just this tiny little seed. I'm just going to pull out, if I can, 1 seed of basil. Just 1 little seed, and see if I can get it in the camera. It's so tiny, I don't know if I can even show it to you. It is so small, I don't even know if I can hold it up in the camera. Let's see, can you see that on my finger? There it is, 1 tiny little basil seed. That's what it looks like. And then the cilantro seed, let's see, that is a little bigger, so I could show you that. That looks like a little ball. And what I did actually, which I'll have on my blog the day after this post, I have a series of timeline photos I decided to do to show it going from seed to plant, and how long it took to progress, and I'll include the days, and you'll see pictures of how it's growing. So here's the cilantro seed. That's a little bigger. Let me see if I can get this in the camera. Put it on my finger here. Oops, it didn't quite stay. There is the seed, if I can get it where you can see it. It's kind of hard to show you. I'm trying to. If I had it on a spoon maybe. There we go. Can you see it now? There we go. Now you got it. So that's the cilantro seed. Oops, and it just dropped. Anyway, so what I want to do is tell you how this works. So the seeds packets are inside here. Like I say, all the fertilizer, the earth, everything is already in here. Now when you first are starting out with the seeds, you just put them, what does it say on here? It says to put them a 1/4 inch deep. Yeah, they don't put them too far down into the soil. And then you're going to water it. Now, according to my notes, when I first was doing it, let's see, you pour the water in slowly, and if you have a little cup with a little spout on it, or a little measuring cup, something that has a spout, and do it very gently and gradually, because what happens is the water will tend to flow over. And interestingly enough, when I first started doing this, I don't have an actual sunny windowsill, but if you could see on the side here where I'm pointing above, I have skylights, and I'll tell you how I incorporated that into growing them. So I decided to put it outside because I have a patio. And there were a couple times where I wasn't home when I had it out because I wanted it out in the sun, and we had some downpours, so it got a lot more water than it needed. This was in the initial phases because I wasn't able to bring it in. It was pouring rain. I wasn't going to go outside to get them. So, but definitely start with a little amounts of water so it doesn't overflow. And then this is what the cover looks like when you take off the lid from the can. That's the cover. So and that can be recycled. So, so that's what I did. I grew it on the patio, and it was growing well. And I started on July the 17th of 2015. So I've been doing it for a little over a month and a half. And I'll show you the progress. It looks really good. And so the first day that the basil started to show, I kept watching little shoots, was on July the 21st. So that took 4 days only. It said 7 to 14. And the basil did take longer. The cilantro, sorry. The basil was on July 21st. And the cilantro started to show out of the can on the 26th. So that took about, about 9 days. So then just little shoots. And then like I said, I'll have timeline photos. It's kind of nice to watch and see the progress that it made. So, but then what I noticed, I had the idea, well, maybe I'll, if I keep it inside, how is it going to get sun? So I decided to use the skylights, put them under this. The skylights are higher up, but they're still getting sun. It's still coming into direct contact with the sun, so I have to keep moving it as the sun moves. Because what I noticed was very interesting, you'll see in the pictures, is that in the cilantro can, there all of a sudden with this other little plant growing, something must have drifted into it. And it was a weed, and I just thought I would just leave it in there to see what happens. But it turns out the weed was inflicting, so to speak, pain on the cilantro, and I still started to see little droppings, and I decided to pull it out. And also initially on the basil plant, I saw some little worms start to get at the leaves, so I had to flick it off. So then more recently I've been having some issues with the cilantro, where there's like little bugs on mostly on the stems, but on some of the leaves too, that I have to hand pick off. So I don't know if that had to do with me initially starting growing them outside, because it was exposed to more of creatures, insects, critters, that are outdoors. So if I grow them again, I may try to just do it indoors totally and see if it makes a difference. But if you do have a sunny windowsill, that's the best place to do it. So let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, and how did I know, some interesting things I also noticed when I was growing it, how to know when you need to water it again. Well, what they say on the little packets is that the soil will look dry on top, and it will. You'll notice it. Like you could tell the moisture, it's like dark, it kind of gets kind of light and dry, or you could feel it. The other way I noticed was when the can didn't feel heavy. When it was heavy, that means there was water in it. When I would lift up the can and it felt light, but I could basically see, if I look at the soil, I could really tell that the soil was dry. So that you want to look at, because again, you don't want to overwater it, so you want to be aware of it. So, I could probably start harvesting some, especially the basil, maybe the cilantro not so much, but the basil is quite big. So let me show you our plants now. So here is my basil. How beautiful that looks. I'll get close to the camera so you can see. So I have some little ones growing here that are not getting as much sun, so I try to kind of move them over. And I put in, I think, about 7 or 10 seeds. I don't know that they all took, but I actually just left everything in here. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I might have 7 plants in here, but some of them have taken off. You can see really nice how nicely it's grown. So again, this is about a little more than a month and a half that I've been growing it. So it's not quite 2 months, but I could start harvesting some of the leaves from lower down, and it's going to keep growing. And at some point, this may what they call bolt, where it might get flowers, and then that's it. Then you can't grow it anymore. And I'm not sure if you can reuse this can again with the soil. to plant more seeds or not. I don't know if that will work. I might try it just to see if it will actually do or not. So that is our basil. So again, like I said, the basil grew much faster than the cilantro. And then here is the cilantro plant, which is a little bit more slower in growing. And it has quite a few leaves. I have, let's see, how many plants on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I might have 9 or 10. But again, they look nice, but again, it's taking much longer to grow than is the basil. And the leaves don't look as green. I don't know if it's getting enough sun inside as much as it was getting outside, because when it was outside, the initial leaves were very, very bright green. So I don't know if that makes a difference. But I'm going to still continue to grow it inside just because of the issue with bugs. And again, I may actually try it again on another occasion, grow them brand new, and then just do it inside and see if I have any difference with any problems with bugs, because I'm sure there was nothing in the soil itself. The soil pretty clean, but because I had it outside to grow it, I think it made a difference. But overall, I'm really satisfied with it, and the basil smells delicious, and the cilantro too, but basil has a really nice aroma. And if you don't know, cilantro actually is a heavy metal detoxifier in the body, and a lot of people don't know that. It's a chelator, so it's really good for you. And I like it a lot. Some people don't like the taste of it. And also basil is also a very good antioxidant plant, and you can do great things with both of them. You can make pestos with them, just add them to your salads. I blend them up in different spreads that I like to make, or pâtés. So there's a lot of options of what to use it, and it's so great. And perhaps in the future they'll think about adding other seeds. I think that would be really neat if they would make like a variety pack, you know, grow things like dill, parsley, mint as well, have cans for those. Especially mint, because mint takes over in the garden, but if it's in a can, it's more contained, so to speak. So that would work really well. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you will check out the garden in a can from Back to the Roots. They're basil and cilantro. This is what the can looks like before. And then this is what the plants look like after, and I'm looking forward to enjoying these in my recipes and salads that I make. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.